Hello there fabric jugglers, it's Babs here from MyFieryPhoenix, and today I'm going to be using this lovely yarn made from jersey fabric. It's made from jersey offcuts from My Wool and the Gang, and I'm going to take you through 3 methods for casting on your knitting. Now I'm using this jersey wool because it's not wool, it's jersey yarn, because I really like the texture. It's fun, and against these lovely needles from Wool and the Gang, it's going to show up nicely, and you should be able to very clearly see the 3 different methods that I use. So if you're interested in learning how to cast on, and if you're interested in a discount code for the yarn itself, then please stick around and I shall tell you more. So before we get started on the 3 methods, this isn't a sponsored video, but whilst I've got all of this left over from a video that was sponsored, and I do have a discount code for my viewers, I might as well share it with you. You get a ton of yarn. It's 500 grams in this bale almost of recycled, upcycled jersey fabric. It's fabulous to work with and I really enjoy it. So I think if you are a knitter and you do like upcycling, then give it a go. If you've got a discount, then why not use it? Give it a chance. Try the code in the description below to get 10% off, and now I'll crack on with the tutorial. So 2 of the methods need 2 needles, and the final method I will show you only needs 1. But all 3 start in the same way, which is using a slip knot. So I simply roll the yarn around my fingers, poke it through and pull, and that gives us the first slip knot. So we'll pop that onto a knitting needle. I'm not going to pull it too tight just yet because these are large needles. These are 12mm. Try that again. So we're going to insert the needle to the back, the knitting needle to the back. We're going to roll the yarn around and then pull the needle through to the front. Keep it nice and loose and bring the loop back onto the first needle and withdraw the second needle. Then you might find that the tail is causing some confusion, so simply bring that back around to the front and pull that out of the way. So now we have 2 loops on the needle. So we're going to push the needle through as if we are knitting. So it's going through that first stitch, wrap the yarn around, pull through as if we're doing a regular knit stitch, and instead of keeping it on the right hand needle, we're going to pop it onto the left hand needle. So we now have the 3. So I'll just do that a couple more times. You loop it round, pull back, pop it on the needle, and you go in the front of the stitch. You're not touching the back of the stitch. You roll around, keep the end out of the way, you roll around, pull through and pop it on the needle. So that shows you how to cast on, and as you can see, that then gives us a sort of plaited effect to the casting on. Now if we move on to the second process, which is similar to the first, however instead of just looping through one layer, we're going to end up looping through both sides of the hook. So I'll show you that. We start off again with a slip knot, pop it onto the needle, I slide the knitting needle through and start off exactly the same way, pull it through, slip it on. Now this time, rather than going in the front of the stitch, we're actually going to go between the 2 stitches. So you can see that there are 2 loops here, and this has actually gone between the 2 stitches. We're going to roll around, pull through and bring onto that first needle, and again we're going to insert the second needle all the way through both, so it's between the 2 loops, and bring that back through. And this gives a far more secure version than the first, because we are now not looping through just half of the stitch, we're looping through the entirety of the stitch. Everything is pulled through and everything is wrapped around everything else. So we've done the 5 stitches, and as you can see, you've got this nice spiral effect on the stitches as you cast on. And now the final version, the third method, we'll pop our second needle out of the way because it's not needed at all. Again, as with the others, we will be starting with a slip knot. So I'll just undo everything so you can see that slip knot one last time. Okay, so again we start off with a slip knot, wrap it round and pull the loop through. Pop it on the needle, and this time rather than transferring it over to our left hand, we're going to leave it in our right hand. And what we're going to do is flip our hand over and pinch the yarn between our thumb and forefinger, and then we will roll our hand up, and then that has created a loop which we're going to slide onto the needle, onto the knitting needle. So we'll pull that tight and we'll do that again. So our hand comes this way round, pinching, bring it up, and then slip that over the end of the needle. Okay, and we'll do that again, and we can get faster. Oops, keep it in camera. We can get faster and faster using this method once you've got the hang of it. It really is just as simple as pinching the wool or the yarn between your thumb and first finger, turn your hand over, that creates the loop, and then you just pop the needle through the centre of that loop, and that is how you cast on. And again, and then you get a nice layered effect on both sides. Instead of with the other methods of casting on, you have different effects on the front and reverse. With this one, it's the same layered effect on the front and reverse. So hopefully those three techniques, one of them will suit you. I find this one particularly useful if I have multi-strand yarns, which can make using the two needle methods slightly more complicated if I misstitch, or I find myself cutting through a multi-yarn where I don't really want it to go. And also it's very easy to count stitches as you go. You simply count as you turn your hand over as you're putting them all on the needle. So hopefully, as I say, this will have been of some use to you, finding a method that is suitable for your work. If you have a method that I haven't touched on that you think would be useful for people, then please put a comment in the box below, share that method and let us know. And if you've got a favourite out of these three, let me know which one of the three methods you prefer, if there's any particular benefits to using one over a different method. And if this is your first time here, then hi, thanks for popping by. Don't forget to check out the discount code. As I say, this one isn't a sponsored video, but there's no point not sharing a discount if I have one available to me. That seems a bit mean-spirited of me if I don't share that out. And hopefully I will see you guys around in a future tutorial. Bye for now.